Alright, so you got yourself a hard drive, new one, or maybe it's an old one that's corrupted, or you need to format it or partition it. My advice, what you use is CMD. Of course, you can go into Windows partition format and partition drive, but you're using Windows to do it. So use CMD as my advice. And what you want to do is run as administrator. Okay, and then when that comes up, just go yes. And then behind that page, you'll find that right here. So you just click on that, and then here we are. Okay, so the very first lot of things you want to type. Alright, very first thing you want to do is just type in disk part, all one word. Okay, and then your next one, you want to put list disk, space between them. Now you'll see there it's brought up the two drives. So disk 0, that's my main drive in the laptop or PC, whichever you're using. Now, I mean, in case it's not, just make sure that your sizes line up, because you don't want to accidentally delete or do anything to your main drive. Of course, with this one, it's disk 1, which is the drive that I want to repair. Okay, so what you do is put select disk 1. This is just a short way of doing it. You don't have to write select as a whole word. You can, but you don't have to. Okay, so I've listed disk 1. And now we want to list the partition, because I wanted to see what was actually on here. There is a partition on there. It's just this drive's not even reading as a drive. Okay, so what I've done now is clean. Disk part successfully cleaning the disk. And then I'll convert. As soon as it's cleaned, this is where you convert your disk to what you want, if you want MBR or GPT, dynamic, etc. Of course, it's going to depend on your bootloader too. In your bootloader, if you're using MBR, you want to use legacy or ATA. If you're using GPT, of course, you're going to be using the UEFI, and you're going to be using AHCI. Okay. There are differences, of course. Look into it yourself. There'll be someone that's put something on the net, I'd say, explaining the MBR and GPTs and everything to see what's best for you. Initially with MBR, the legacy, you are limited to, I think it's 2 or 3 primary partitions, and then after that you've got to have logical ones. Whether if you're on a GPT disk, you can have lots of partitions. So really it depends, are you going to have lots of different partitions with different operating systems, or you're just going to have a couple where you're not worried. So, I mean, initially we're just going to have MBR, because this one's only going to have one main partition on it. And then I'm actually going to be creating USB sticks with other operating systems to plug into it. Okay, so we've converted it to MBR. Now we go create partition primary. Okay. Get back down here. So create partition primary, and then it will say creating the partition. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go list partition. As I say, you don't have to write the whole word. You can just do it here I've done in short. Just go list part. There's the partition. Okay, so now what you're going to do is go select partition 1. Okay, and that's only because, as I say, we have only got the one partition. Now if you are actually wanting, now I should say this before we go any further, we've got the convert MBR and then obviously create partition primary. Of course, what you can actually do is, if you're wanting to have multiple partitions and you're wanting it from the get-go, so you don't have to worry about it in an operating system trying to repartition your drive, what you could have done up there where it says create partition, you could have put in create partition primary, and then space, then put size equals, and then put the size of the partition that you're wanting on that drive. Okay, and then you'd make your second drive. You go create partition primary, and then the next size. Just make sure you don't exceed your sizing for what your drive total is. But for this one, we're just doing a create one partition. Alright, so here we're going to go select partition 1. Right, and then we're going to go format. Okay, format, and then you want file system, FS, and then you want to type the equal sign, and this is where you'd make your drive. You know, if it's a USB stick, you'd put FAT32, or you know, if you're doing a Linux, you can put EXT. But in this one, we're going to be making this in NTFS. Okay, and then away she goes. So it's going to take a while, you know, depending. I mean, if it's just a normal old stingy old hard drive, you know, that could take, you know, 1 to 2 hours. If you've got an SSD drive, it's going to be a lot quicker. So I've got to think, by memory, I think SSD drives, something about them, you shouldn't format them or something. I can't remember now. But anyway, just there you go. That's for your hard drive anyway. How to partition it, format it, etc. So it's going to go and do its thing. It's going to take a while. So this drive could have some errors in it. We'll find out soon. Alright, hopefully it's helped you to format your disk. Leave a like, subscribe. There's lots of other handy hints and tips on the channel there, so check it out. Have a wee look. You might find something you need to know about.